Hi, we're not done yet. On imagination, subconscious dialogues with the healing garden, we're talking about the compass. This is part 2. So, you is the present, relative is the past, creativity is your future. Now, let's take my combination theory from your perspective. Oh, God, this is such a relief. So, your perspective is actually a fourth location. There's your current perspective. Now perspectives, there's 3 perspectives. There's your ethical perspective, your subconscious mind perspective, and your environmental perspective. Now, your ethical perspective tells you where you are. This is a second compass altogether. Your ethical perspective tells you where you ethically are on the scale of 12. Of 12. There are 12 perspectives. "12 keeps coming back up over and over again. 12 keeps coming back up. So you have your ethical perspective. Most of us are at 4. The people who are watching this video are most likely a 6. I am a 10 for perspective. And that is your ethics. Now, your subconscious perspective, that is what your subconscious mind is stuck at, or if it's stuck at all. In most cases, it's stuck. And this is where you have invasive perspectives that put you somewhere. So, for instance, when I was a child, I was a 6'4", a 6'3", 4, a 6'3", 4. That was my combination when I was like 4 years old. I was a 6th perspective ethically, who was abused by a 3rd perspective, and so my subconscious mind had to survive at 3 perspective. So I was a 6th perspective in ethics, but I was forced to exist at a 3rd perspective, and then my environment was a 4th perspective. So my combination was 6'3", 4. That is a lot of cognitive dissonance. That tells you how much cognitive dissonance you have. When you become aligned, all numbers match. That's really what you want. And triadic healing basically walks you through the process to get all of your numbers to match. Once they match, you are in alignment. Once they match, you're set. You have a healthy and solidly defined you. That is exactly what this is. To get yourself to the perfect point of authenticity, you require your ethical subconscious mind and your environmental perspective all to be on the same page. So I'm a 10 right now, which means my perspective is 10th, my subconscious mind is a 10, and my environment must be at a 10. If I am speaking to somebody who's not in the same perspective as I, so long as I have that solid, my own subconscious mind is at a 10, I'm fine. Perspective abuse is when someone comes along and puts their perspective inside of your mind, changing your subconscious mind's perspective to a different number that's misaligned with yours. That's perspective abuse. So this is like a second compass within this compass of the you versus your relative versus your creativity. And when you are building your life, basically, if you do not have you solidly defined based off of your ethics, your subconscious mind, and your environment, then you are going to suffer. You're not going to be able to have your authenticity. And then when you look at your relative, and in most cases, if your relative is not stable and solid, ideally, they will be aligned to you. Ideally, their perspective will also be aligned to yours. Now, in addition to that, when we seek out a partner, we should be seeking out somebody whose ethics, subconscious mind, and environment matches our own. And then when you look into creativity with self-purpose, that is where you basically require a solid and well-defined authenticity in order to plug in your creativity, because your creativity is a direct consequence, a direct result of your authenticity, what you love, and what you value. Once you have those three things defined, then you'll be able to branch off and have your own creativity. You'll be able to have your own ideal direction of where you want to go in life and what it is you want to do with life. And I just realized I have like, I think it's fine because the speaker was there. So you should be able to hear me okay. But that is like the full circle of everything. So all of this has turned out to just be a compass, so that when you are looking at where you are in life, where you want to go, who you are, and this is the beautiful part. You've got this moment. Let me show you my diagram here. You have this moment where this is basically you are here. You've got this nice point of this balance, so that once you understand where everything is, it's a solid defined, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is where I belong. Now you're stable. You're solid. You have direction. You know where you're going. Now, when people come along and abuse you, or when people come along to give you information or search for your audience, you have the ability to solidly say, no, go away. I don't want it. And there's 2 points. Whenever someone talks to you, they're doing one of two things in most cases, especially with abusing you. They are giving you unsolicited advice, or they're commanding your audience. They want to put on a show. They want to tell you about something. They want to gossip. They require your audience. So once you understand that they, A, require your audience, and B, they are seeking to give you advice, now you're looking in a position where you are bombarded by so much noise because there's so much people giving you unwanted advice. You have so many people commanding your audience. If you're a people pleaser, that's going to pull you in all these different directions. And that's a big problem. If you are a people pleaser, that's going to pull you all over the place. If you are an abuser, you're going to be one of those persons who's using others as an emotional prosthetic. I need an audience. I need your attention. I need this from you, and it's going to pull you on. It's a nightmare. It falls apart. All right, I'm really processing this, and the more I process this, the more I understand. The more I understand, the more I can just clear out the cognitive dissonance in my head. Like the only thing where I have and it's been these two things that just sit there going, okay, so business, money, and your relationship. Those were the two things that I just constantly had cognitive dissonance over, and I can feel it all like shifting now. There's like this massive calm, and it's all trickling down into this, oh, well, I know where I am. I know who I am. And when I was going through healing, that's what I was under the impression of, is I need to do some self-care today. That's what I need. I just had a massive shift. I have this relationship locked into place now. I have money locked into place over here. And I'm going, oh, so now I need my network and I need money. And just like that, it's there. Like just like that, it's I understand. I understand. Wow. All right. So, I like my mind is just like, oh, this is so much clarity. Like there is so much understanding, getting this compass. And this is where my confusion was. When there's two parts to my confusion. The first one was philosophy, and the second one was psychology. When I started my psychological studies, well, all through psychology, it was this whole, what is healing? That's never defined. What is healing? It was never fucking defined. So you get into healing and you're like, what am I doing here? It was so confusing. And you know, when you start a college course or even any kind of classroom and they give you a syllabus, this is what you're going to be doing. This is the syllabus. We're going to be talking about this year. That does not happen in healing. Why? I don't know. But it does not happen in healing. So I actually created a syllabus. I have a syllabus. People who sign up for my classes get a syllabus from me that says, okay, this is the healing journey. These are all the parts we're going to be working on. This is the discussion that we're going to be covering. This is everything you need to know. And it's literally a milestone and a checkpoint of this is what you need to know. This is where we're going, and this is what we're actually doing. So as you begin your healing journey, like on day one, introduction to healing, literally. So I don't do healing journeys in the sense of, oh, you're fucked up. Let's go ahead and take care of that for you. I don't do things of, oh, you're not broken. Let's talk about your trauma. I don't do that. My approach is, how about if you get a mini crash course on psychology? That way you can hear the words, the words. Breathe with me. I believe very firmly that the problem has always been people seeking out therapy after they're in a horrible situation. I believe that the problem with psychology has always been a person in a horrifically abused situation finally seeking help. Why don't we have something that's preventative? Why aren't we giving something that's tangible to the common man? So, what happens is a lot of people go into psychology in college so that they can understand their trauma, so they can diagnose and cure their own problems. And I've gone to so many social mixers, so many social events, and I've used these events to psychologically study human beings. And the one common denominator on every single conversation I have had with every single human being, guaranteed you've had the same ones, is we are all trying to figure out the human condition. That's it. We are all, every time we sit down and we have a conversation, every time we explain, this is what happened to me. I don't understand this. This is the conversation I just had over here. This was my day and who I interacted with. And this is what I'm trying to ascertain from it. We are all having the same conversation. This is the human behavior I observed. Can you explain it to me? Because I don't get it. And that's it. We are having the same conversation. I went to a mixer like 2-3 weeks ago, and I had 5 different conversations. The conversations were the exact same conversation. Every one of those persons said, I just experienced this interaction with a human being, and I can't figure it out, and I'm trying to. Every one of them. When you gossip, you are trying to figure out the condition of the human mind. You are trying to figure out human behavior. We are starved to understand human psychology, but there's a catch. It's boring. It's boring. It's dry. And people are going, I don't get it. That's why psychology is such a huge topic right now. That's why self-help is so off the charts right now, is because people want information, but it's not fun. It's not organized. It's not anything tangible. It's chaotic. And it's a bunch of opinions. And it's a bunch of text. And I just throw it all out going, shh, no more noise, no more noise. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to offer the common man basic classes, fun basic classes that show you how the subconscious mind works. That way you can A, take care of yourself, B, prevent abuse. Oh my God. Absolutely. If you understand how abuse works, you can prevent it very easily because you're no longer a victim. You can't be a victim because you know what abuse looks like. So my classes are not, let's sit down and fix your problem. Let's not sit. I don't do that because that to me is too late. And parents don't have the knowledge to teach this to their children because they don't know. In most cases, the parents are the problem because they just don't know. The pandemic that we have right now is just ignorance. So let's fix it. Why is psychology an untouchable science that's reserved only for those who want to practice psychology? Why isn't this something that is in the hands of the common man? So that's what I'm doing. That is what I do. I take psychology, I break it down into very simple, understandable, digestible lessons. I make them fun because they got to be fun, man, because that's how we learn, is play. And it's giving people the information they want about psychology in such a way that they can understand it. I actually have a handbook, like literally the handbook user's guide to the subconscious mind. It's probably going to be a lot more fun title than that, but it's going to be like a little 90-page novel where I break down, this is everything you need to know about the subconscious mind, and it's Psychology 101. But it's without all the dry, boring jargon. It's going to be fun and it's going to be lighthearted. So once you understand psychology, you can prevent your own abuse, teach your children, have good relationships, get a job that you want, live authentically, recognize when your parents are being abusive and set boundaries. Set boundaries. Like, you can do everything if you understand human biology, if you can understand human psychology, so that when you're sitting there comparing and talking to people, we're no longer going, I just had this kind of an experience with a human being. What do you think it means? Because I can't figure out their behavior. And once you have access to Triadic healing, you'll be able to break it all down and go, oh, that makes perfect sense. Oh, I understand now. You know what's interesting? This is what this person did the other day. Isn't it fascinating how it leads over into this behavior? I understand what's going on here. You know what's going to happen. Suddenly, no one's going to be able to wear a mask because we're going to be able to understand each other's authentic beings without the mask. Lying is not going to work anymore. So it's really fascinating when you look at psychology and look at how we are starved for this topic. We need this topic. Oh my God, do we need this topic? And we're scrambling for explanations. We're trying to understand, because understanding is the human condition. It's amazing. Understanding is the keystone of psychology. If you don't understand, you end up with trauma. You end up with mental illness. You end up with cognitive dissonance. If you understand, you're healthy. If you understand, you are on the same page with someone. Everything comes down to understanding. But understanding is all in the hands of psychology, human behavior. So why haven't we been taught human behavior and psychology? And it all keeps coming back to this compass. Absolutely, this compass. That is why philosophy was created to begin with, is to understand human behavior. Human behavior is highly logical, very predictable, very understandable. And once you understand it, you can maneuver it and manage your life with such great ease, so that the concept, life is hard, won't be hard anymore. Life is easy. You just don't have the handbook. And that's really it. Life's little handbook. Life's little handbook. Human psychology. And that's just it. It's just the subconscious mind. It's so simple. It's so fucking simple. Life's little handbook. Yeah. This is the creativity that I'm supposed to write, and I don't know how to do it yet. I know that this is my direction. I know this is where I'm going. I just don't know how to do it yet. I have two methods in mind. I have the world of make-believe, and I have the handbook for the subconscious mind. And the make-believe world, I don't know. So right now I have two classes. I have my philosophical class, and then I have my philosophical class and my psychology class. That's it. And it's both of them are designed to bring psychology to you. That's what it's for. So you can understand human behavior, finally. So yeah, I have my psychology class, and then I have my philosophy class. My psychology class is on Mondays. My philosophy class is on Tuesdays. My philosophy class is $140 a month or $1,200 a year. My psychology class is all of Triadic healing, and that, jump into that. All right, thank you so much. And I think that covers everything. Thank you so much, and may the kindest of words always find you. If you love this shit, like, subscribe, follow below, comment, let me know what part of the show resonated with you. And if you want to see everything that I offer, Authenticity City is my city. And that is the directory. You can take a look at the directory. The link is down below. It's literally the only thing in the comments right now is Linktree. That is my directory for Authenticity City. That's going to basically lay out everything you need, including the map to Authenticity City. Authenticity City, it offers 4 pillars of psychology: heal, play, create, educate, learn. Thank you so much, and may the kindest of words always find you.